Hey guys, it's Krystle
and Amie
from Lego Masters.
Woo.
And we're here to talk about episode
3.
The half and half.
And the one where we're in costume. Will didn't get the memo.
So Will comes out riding a bike and...
Also has a power tool, which is concerning. And he's the only one with the safety gear, which if you know me, I'm like, wait a minute.
We should all have safety gear.
Yes.
So this is a half and half challenge, and we see all the cool pieces that are cut in half on the table. Amie, what did you want to grab first?
So I know we both were thinking the piñata, but then we also see how high the base plate was for the piñata.
And it was also off to the side.
Yeah, so that was going to be a big build in a short amount of time, and we're like, we're not going for that one. And but we both saw the globe, and we're like, all right, this is
everything that we love. Education, STEM.
Yep.
Like, I was a teacher for special needs for a while.
We love to travel. We think really Lego has connected us anywhere we've really been in the world, and no one fought us for it, so.
Might have been a sign. So yeah, we get the globe, we take it back to the table, and we start drawing out what we want to do.
And we're like, we're gonna spend time planning this time. We're gonna figure out exactly what we're gonna do for our story. We're not gonna spend as much time running to the brick pit, because we were also farthest from the brick pit this time.
Yeah,
so we don't be making trips back and forth.
Which a lot of people at home I don't think really think about. Because if you look at the tables, we actually had to draw for the tables to see who got what.
Yeah,
and
each episode.
Yeah, and so this time we were in the far back.
And we're also in costume.
So we're running hard to run.
Yeah, we're running around in dresses and
wearing tiaras
and capes, and we spent so much time, probably 45 minutes, which is the longest we spent planning
ever.
A build. And we were so sold on it. And then the Brickmasters come over and they're like, you're not gonna be able to tell your story.
Well, first off, let's tell our story. Our original build was gonna be so connected to both of our hearts, honestly, because Amie, tell them why you wanted to showcase STEM in this build.
So if you don't know, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I really feel whenever I've traveled for anywhere for tech conferences, even if you don't speak the same language, you can pull out Lego and somehow that connects you, and it's some type of way to communicate with everyone around the world. And I really wanted to showcase that, and Krystle really has a passion for education as well, and we just saw this globe as this way to share the story of what Lego is.
And what it's done for us in our personal lives. So for me, I taught adults with special needs, and I actually ran a Lego therapy class through the comic book club, which I still do today. I volunteer there. I don't work there full time anymore, but I volunteer once a month with Comic Club, and we still do a lot of Lego stuff with them. And Amie and I were like, all right, so the bottom half of this is gonna be just like a classroom and very STEM and technology. And so the top half would be growth, which would represent the students' growth and learning. And we're gonna tie it all together with all these really cool plants that the bottom half was gonna be tech and the top half was gonna be plants, and they were kind of gonna mesh together. And I think in the end, it would have made a really cool
I wish we would have stuck to it. Or I wish we would have switched with Mark and Boone, because Mark and Boone got the laptop, and they wanted, and then we come to find out they wanted the globe. The story they told with their internet
was amazing.
And that would have been perfect for what we were trying to do.
Yes.
We were so confident, and then the Brickmasters came over, and
they're like, your story is too long.
But
you won't have time to tell it.
I wish we kind of would have stuck to it, because they screw with your mind a little bit, and they're trying to see your vision, right? And they don't.
You pretty much have to do whatever the Brickmasters tell you. Any competition show, whatever the judges tell you, if you don't follow the judges' advice, it's kind of an automatic bottom.
Yeah.
So we didn't want that to happen. So we literally pulled everything off the globe, started completely from scratch, didn't even keep a single duck.
No.
We did keep the bananas.
Always money at the banana stand. So we're like, Krystle, what do you want to do? And she's like,
Something
I want a dragon. I'm like, well, I want a dragon too. So
hell yeah, dragons.
Have you ever made a dragon? No, it's totally cool. We'll just make 2 dragons.
3 dragons.
Oh, 3. Yeah, we're having a baby one. It's a micro scale. It's cool. We got time. And
so much time.
The best part is we don't have access to the internet or anything during this show and this competition.
Photos.
No, so
I can't see what's in her brain.
Yeah, we picked 2 creatures that are not even real. So in my mind, a dragon looks like this.
So anyways, we get the dragons. We do our best with what time we have, and this
is also a sculpting challenge. So Sculpting is much different than doing, I guess, like
Micro scale.
Yeah, micro scale build.
We're both very much into the minifig scale and minifig scenes and scenery.
And details.
And a lot of
tree
little,
houses.
Yes, little houses. And so this is a very hard challenge for us in general. And then we get to the half point and boom, Will calls a timeout. So we get picked to go timeout with Will.
This is the worst.
Just the worst.
Then we had to carry our stool.
So the reason I look so ridiculous carrying that stool is because I broke my foot skateboarding like literally 5 months before we filmed. So I had plantar fasciitis in both feet because of the boot. And so both of my feet, it felt like I was walking on Lego the whole time. So I was just like, this is
very weak.
It was so awful. So that's why I looked so ridiculous carrying that.
And I know a lot of people said, they were like, oh, Krystle was wearing your cape. Because we've been running around the whole time, and then when we were...
Because it's cold.
Yeah, it was cold. We went to timeout.
And Amie wore me up.
I'm like, here's Mike. Dun, dun, dun.
Long story short, we had the timeout, and we get back, we finish with literally like a minute to spare, if that.
I know I've seen some people do like YouTube reviews on our show and saying, I don't know if people are really working to the last minute.
No,
let me tell you,
they
like
are.
that is, I wish we had more time. Like you were freaking out, even just watching like this past episode. I was fidgeting with my button on my jacket when they were showing like the timer on the show, and Krystle's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's giving me traumatic stress back. Like I don't even, it does stress me out to think about it because that clock and that time is
so real.
It's so real.
Let's talk about some of the other really cool builds that everyone else did for the half and half real quick. So we're just gonna run down and give you guys our thoughts on the builds that others built. So let's start with Mel and Jermaine. So Mel and Jermaine got the guitar. And honestly, the scale that they did was just so on point. Good job, guys.
Yeah, they massive scale. They're really quick at that. They had the lights in the drum, and they had some moving features, which they didn't focus on, but their build was
pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. A lot of tentacles.
Legor style. And right across from us was Aaron and Christian, and they had
more tentacles.
The diver helmet. But theirs was a micro scale, and the judges knocked on them because it wasn't a sculpture. But their piece
was a sculpture, though.
Their piece was fantastic. He had one motor in it, and it was gearing all of it down.
It was seriously like it should belong in a museum.
It was beautiful. And then Tyler and Amie, they were working on this. They had a telescope, so they built this imaginative story. That
really cool with a swing set and rockets and ships, and it was just phenomenal.
Yes,
as
it was
all their builds
beautiful.
are.
And Mark and Boone, they had the laptop, and I know they were stressed about that, but they had this entire story of the internet and the search history.
And you guys didn't get to see, the show didn't show too much, but man, the detailing on each one of those mini scenes was like
phenomenal.
So good.
It makes me I'm so proud because I know I heard Mark say in the beginning, what do you do with a laptop? And they were like, work. This sucks. But as a hacker computer engineer, Mark and Boone, I was very proud of y'all, just so you know.
You did well with the internet.
Yes, you did well. The elders of the internet know who you are.
Flynn and Richard, you guys took the cake also. Like that one.
Flynn and Richard's storytelling alone is phenomenal, and their detail to the gears, how they used the yellow behind the eyes for their clock. Just have actually Flynn just narrate like a piece of your life, and you're just gonna be like, oh my god, my life is epic. They're glorious builders and storytellers and gears.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Who else are you missing?
Oh my god, Sam and Jessica, the freaking mermaid.
And they finally came
with
together.
The fire hydrant.
No drama this episode, so they literally came together. We love you guys.
This was definitely their challenge. The details, even for like some of the arms, he used the minifigure like body pieces. I mean, this was their challenge. Like for sure, they
was the teamwork that they had together. You guys.
Yes.
We love you guys. And just behind the scenes, just so y'all know, I took Sam and Amie took Jess, and we each took them out separately, and we were like their life coaches for that weekend. So we love you guys.
Be like, we'll see y'all. So Manny and Nestor, they got the bicycle, and I remember
Timmy.
But I remember looking like where they had the studs to actually connect was only 2 small points on the bicycle. So
and
that was
weight.
That was also a really hard. That and the pinata were probably the probably the most difficult builds.
Yeah, that's why we stayed clear.
Theirs was a pretty big build as well. And I know the judges said like they had the monkey on here, and then like it was disconnected from like the monkey business on the playground.
Nestor did a really good job of tying that together with little Timmy.
Yes, it was.
It was awesome. And then the brothers.
Yes.
So
the pinata power.
The pinata power. Honestly, we feel for you guys because we did not want that pinata for the exact reason. Like, that was our biggest fear. We were just so afraid.
Time, and it had to be a massive build.
It had to be such a big scale. And honestly, if you guys hadn't have taken that, that would have gone to us, and fate would have been different.
But the story was great. They had the candy sprinkled in there, and it was going to be powered by, you know, all of these little sweet things. And I love how y'all sold it. The way y'all sold it, their story was awesome. But I told them, I said, what really saved it is if you had an electric vehicle, because then you wouldn't have needed a motor.
Like a Tesla.
Mine. Dun, dun, dun. Insert product placement here.
So honestly, Amie and I were both really, really nervous about wearing costumes for episode 3. We don't want to put any spoilers out there. But
I want to say something about why we didn't wear Marvel. So a lot of people asked, since we're cosplayers, how come we weren't wearing something from Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC. And it had to do really just with like licensing. They didn't want any identifiable characters. So the costume I made actually I made all of it. I made all the sewing patterns. All the pieces are 3D printed with my filament that I made, which
you can buy online.
Yeah, it's called
Blood of My Enemies.
Yep, Blood of My Enemies. And I made it through Protopasta. And actually, percentage of all of that goes to the scholarship program for girls in STEM. So
it's another reason we maybe wanted to do the STEM for that episode.
Yes,
no.
all that because it completes us.
So another really cool thing about this episode, I bought these fairy wings at like the Ren Fair probably 6 or 7 years ago. Had no idea the company who made them. It was just a whimsical weekend, and I posted a picture, and Faye Warden found me on Instagram. So if you guys want your own set of fairy wings, hit me up on Instagram and I can hook you up with Faye.
Gonna be magical like Krystle.
Ding. That's kind of our recap for episode 3. We hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you on the flip side on episode 4.
See you in the future.
Volcania.
Just because.